This segment is sponsored by Michigan Auto Law. It's happened to the best of us, a fender bender or worse in a parking lot. Whether you're at fault or it's the other guy, there are some legal issues you should know. Attorney Brandon Hewitt joins us now from Michigan Auto Law with some advice. Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Catherine. How are you today?
I'm doing well. This just happened to my daughter, so it's very fresh in my mind, and I have questions for you. First question is, call the police or don't call the police when you've had an accident in a parking lot, because don't they have better things to be doing?
Yeah, sure. Our advice, as attorneys is always call the police. The question is whether they're going to come out. So,
Got it.
I would say call the police, let them make the decision for you. Different departments and jurisdictions are going to have different rules. Some will come out, some won't. They'll always come out if there are injuries at the scene, but some will come out if you tell them that it seems to be a significant damage to the vehicles. But make the call, let them make the decision as to whether or not they're going to come out, because what's important there is that they'll have a record that you at least tried to call the police, right?
Yes.
It's going to be some sort of external documentation that the incident did happen, in case it's disputed, whether or not it actually ever happened. The police will have record that you at least called, so that's good.
Good. Okay, let's talk about some scenarios if we can. Let's say my vehicle is damaged and it's parked somewhere unoccupied and it gets hit. That's what happened to my daughter. What do you do in that circumstance?
So if you know who hit you, if you can get the information for who caused it, and the vehicle was parked, it's going to be a collision claim. It's called a collision or property damage claim with that person's insurance. And their insurance is going to pay for all the damages to your car. The specific key for that, though, is that the car has to be parked, and it can't be in the mode of transportation. The difference there is that if you are in a parking lot accident, or any accident for that matter, and your car is not parked, you're occupying it and you're actually using it, then it's just a mini tort claim, and then your damages are limited to only $3,000.
Okay, let's say that an injury happens in a parking lot accident. That's a whole different problem, right?
Yes, absolutely. So that treat just like any other incident, whether you are in the street, a parking lot, the expressway, doesn't matter. Obviously, injuries are a totally different ballgame. Absolutely call the police. Absolutely document the damages to the vehicle, any injuries at the scene. Be extra, extra careful about documenting injuries.
What about fault? Oftentimes, parking lot accidents are both drivers' fault, right? But how is that determined?
Well, a lot of people assume that if it's a parking lot, stuff happens, right? You don't really know how to determine who is at fault. So we have to kind of fall back to our general rules of engagement with driving. And that is, first of all, did somebody have the right of way? If you are backing out of a parking spot, you don't have the right of way. The right of way belongs to the car that's coming down the main part of the parking lot. Likewise, if you are coming out of a lane of traffic for a parking lot where there's cars parked, you don't have the right of way to that main thoroughfare that kind of crosses in front of the store. So just be always cognizant of who might have the right of way. Pay attention, obviously, to your surroundings, especially for pedestrians. Most of the time, pedestrians are probably going to be given the benefit of the doubt in a parking lot. So be extra careful, and obviously extra careful at night in parking lots, especially if they're not well lit.
All right. Well, Brandon, may we never need to know all of this, right? And to put it into practice. But if it does, call the police. First rule of thumb. Thank you so much. Some terrific advice.
All right. Thank you so much.